World Financial Group offers entrepreneurs from all backgrounds the opportunity to start their own business on a level playing field. Dr. Yana Woodhouse, receiving the WCM Wall Street Pioneer Award by the United Black Wall Street of America, Inc., is one of those entrepreneurs.
I see WFG and TFA as a place where African Americans with an entrepreneurial mindset can flourish. And the bonus, we help families and serve the communities across the country.
To learn more about us, go to worldfinancialgroup.com.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward-thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Matt McCoy. I am here. It's early in the morning. You guys ain't used to seeing me this morning, this early, but I'm here to talk to you about something special, bring you some special news, some things that are happening with Soul City, some new partnerships that we have, and what we're going to be doing this year and the years to follow. So I'm not going to hold it up any longer. I'm going to just get it started. So we, over the last few months, have been working on some partnerships that are going to be really dynamic. One of them involves a very legendary media company who is our new partner. And what we're doing in that company is Ebony Magazine. Ebony is coming back with some new media projects, and Soul City is working with them on marketing and special programming. So we partner with that. But one of our other partners, you'll hear more about Ebony later. They actually launch tomorrow morning. So but one of our other partners that we're doing is a global project that Ebony will also be involved in. But this global project will be us and some brothers, some new brothers of mine who are doing some outstanding work in Africa. And we're going to be doing some really cool stuff in Africa. Matter of fact, I'll be in Africa with the Harlem Tourism Board, who's also part of the project. We'll be in Africa. We'll be in Senegal in February. In March. We'll be in Senegal in March. And but the other project we're working on with some brothers from a company called The Taste of Africa. And I'm going to bring them on right now so we can just get this show started. But first, my partner in crime, let's get her on the stage real quick. Miss Jasmine Pfeiffer. Here she is.
Good morning.
So Jazz has been an integral part of all this, of course. Everybody who knows Soul City knows that Soul City doesn't operate without Jasmine being around. Jasmine, we're doing some really cool stuff. You and I will talk later more in detail about some of the projects that we're working on with a lot of CEOs and a lot of executives from different companies that we're working with. That's going to be a really, really cool project that Jasmine spearheaded and put together. So we'll talk more about that as the days and weeks creep up. But we got some cool stuff happening here in Harlem and in Africa. Let me bring my brothers on from Africa, from A Taste of Africa. First, there's Mr. Tengo. My brother Tengo. What's going on, bro?
Hey, greetings.
Hey, Tango.
See, Tengo got away with this. Hey, brother, he got away with this. We had to get up early this morning and get this thing started, and he had already started. What time is it where you are right now? What time is it in Africa right now? What time?
That's how the universe works.
Yes, sir. It's what time?
Yeah, it's around 2:07 p.m. here.
All right, here we are starting at 8 o'clock in the morning now. 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
he already had lunch and everything. We didn't even have breakfast yet. And so let me bring his partner in crime on the stage. Also, our brother Chris. Chris, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey,
Hey, Chris.
to be here.
Yes, sir. So, this is a special report, and we're going to really just briefly talk. We're going to come back again later, but let's briefly talk about the partnership that we have and what we're doing with Taste of Africa. And I'll start off, and Tango, you could jump in. So we started a project called One Soul, and One Soul is bringing artists from around the world. We started here in America and Africa, but I think it's going to expand into Europe and into the Caribbean. And we're finding the best artists that we can find, new artists to mix them with some celebrity artists that will be doing a weekly artist exchange. Monthly artist exchange online. Through Soul City, we're going to have different artists from around the world talking about music and about art. So art in general, we were talking about music, poetry, comedy, the full spectrum of entertainment. And we'll have a celebrity host hosting each conversation. And then we're going to bring some artists from around the world, particularly Africa, here to Harlem. And they're going to come here in Harlem and do a concert. We're going to have a big concert with people. And then we're going to go to Ghana, right? I'm assuming it's Ghana, right? We're going to go to Ghana and do the same thing in Ghana in January during the homecoming situation. So Tango, take over, man. Tell us about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how you feel it's going to be impactful and important to what the world will see about Black folks in music.
All right, thank you, and thank you so much for this opportunity given to us, and also greetings to everyone watching us live, being in Africa or the world at large or in the state. I know you are in your AM. We are heading to our evening. We are going to dinner very soon. Thank you so much once again. Unlike you said, this is a great collaborations between us as brothers of the same, I wouldn't say of the same color, but of the same DNA. I think that's the best word that describes us as people, not our color, because not all of us are Black. Some are brown and all that. But let me say brothers of the same DNA. That is who we are. And being the source of existence of every life on earth as people. And because we have deviated a bit due to our tribal languages that has failed us, somehow, and due to one or two issues which maybe we wouldn't touch on that now on this conversation, that has presented you where you are at this very point in time, and where I am here at this very point in time. And looking at us, unlike the name goes, the Taste of Africa, we all throughout the world, everything is of Africa, and with that, this side of the world, without this continent, nothing really works. And like I said, our DNA vibrates, through all of us as people, and wherever we find ourselves, that reflections always shines out for the world to know and to see who we are as people. And that is why we came up with the project called the Taste of Africa. And the Taste of Africa is an initiative, it's an organization. Let me just put it, it's a treating, it's an organization, an industry call, and a movement to agitate and address, the common concerns about our mutual development as people of the continent, or wherever we are across the world. So this idea mainly is to look at us as people. How do we present ourselves? And unlike you said, you have an initiative called One Soul, which is true. We are one soul, and but we have looking into ourselves as people and our culture, and we find out that they are similarity of us, of our culture, but and we get to see that the culture is only one culture, but just have a diverse presentations. The culture has a diverse presentations, and the reason why it has a diverse presentation is you are in the state And whatever experience you find out there, you kind of communicate your experience into the culture, and it gives it a different, feel, a different presentation. And the same thing, we are here in Africa, all the experience we've gone through, we also express it in the same culture, and it also brings a different experience. Unlike the musical instrument, if you happen to find yourself in Ghana or in the northern side of Ghana, where calabash is more popular, and you want to do a guitar, the only thing you have or only resources you have is a calabash. That is what you can use to make a guitar. And if someone finds himself where there's wood, the only thing he has there to make the guitar is wood. It doesn't mean it's not, all of them are guitars, but they will always have a different sound, because one is coming out, one is vibrating out of a calabash, the other one is vibrating out of a wood. So it gives a different sound, but it's the same guitar. And when we started this with my partner Martin, who is here with us, and we share the same vision, we share the same mind, because we look at the African people, and that it's about time we own some power. It's about time we step, into our domains. It's about time we tell the world who we are as people. It's about time we let the world know that we are the reason or the source of every existence. We have to change our mind and also communicate with that, and also put it into our culture. And in doing so, music is the vibration of everything on earth. Music vibrate every business, everything you want. You need to make sure it goes through the music, because it is what that holds you to whatever you want to see, even before you advertise. We are sitting here, people want to be part of this, and we are talking entertainment, because that is the vibration. And before they can get people to see them, they have to associate their self with us, so we can also present what they do, what they are selling to the world to see. And we see, okay, if music is a vibration of it, we need to tackle music, so we can really put in, or really redirect, or re-evolve with the cultures that we have, and present it to the world.
Let me jump in here.
Sorry?
No, let me jump in here real quick, Tango. You're giving us a lot of great points, and I don't want to miss them as we're going along. Because you mentioned music, and how music is an integral part of everything. In every company, because even if you look at it, could be a toothpaste company, and they're making toothpaste, but they use music in their commercials and in their advertising when they, because what music attracts the people. It attracts. I want to ask Chris how and Chris, we got we don't know what Chris' real name is. He just but Chris, I want to ask you, how did you get started with this program? How did you partner with a Tango to get involved with what they're doing with the Taste of Africa?
Yeah, and just to let you know, you can, a lot of people call me Chris. My name is Martin. In the business world, most people call me Martin. So Tango always calls me Martin, but I really don't care, man. I'll be honest. But so the way me and Tango got connected really was like kind of like a freak accident. It was really not technically a good business deal, but the thing about me is I've always had a love for Black people and our connection to, the motherland, the African continent. And so we started off doing a lot of other business, some different trade business that I got going on. And then with the whole Taste of Africa, the whole concept of connecting all of us all over the world, people of African descent, by way of music, it was just a no-brainer for me. It was more of something I want to do for the legacy, not just money, but I looked at it as a way we could connect us all, because the thing about it, like what Tango says all the time, we really are one culture, right? We really are Africa. It's in our DNA. It's just the environments of where we live on the planet Earth, whether that's New York or London or wherever, that affect us. But the culture is in us. And, I always tell people, you can look at the TikTok videos, just cut the sound off, right? In America, you cut the sound off and you see the way we dance, the way we move. But then you look at the African tribes, right? And you're like, wow, it's the same. You see what I'm saying? It's in our DNA. And so I love that with the Taste of Africa, we can really put this information out and show people, look, we're all the same people, right? Somebody consciously divided us. We can unite each other through music. Like you said, music is in everything. And it's no coincidence our music is in everything,
Mm-hmm.
our music. So when you talking about hip hop music, we know you can hear the beats, the drums. We know where the roots of that comes from, and that comes from Africa. It's just a matter of a way of us informing the new generation and connecting the old to show, look, we're all connected. And that's why I love the Taste of Africa. That's why I got involved. Me and Tango have never met physically in person, but we're kindred spirits, because we love, this mission and this purpose. And look, that's why we're so excited to be working with Soul City.
Wow. So you guys never met in person. I thought you guys had, met already, visited each other, some long time ago, whatever. You guys just connected, online. You found each other online, you found what's going on.
Yeah. And, so we met through a mutual friend that I've known for a lot of years, and he was in Ghana and he was doing business in music, and literally we kind of just met like that. But yeah, we never physically met. But when we talked, because I was basically going through a third party, hearing about this guy Tango that knew everybody, and when we actually talked, it was just like, one of those conversations where you get on the phone, you think it's gonna be like a 10-minute conversation because you're busy, and it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So Tango, you're a really big deal in Africa when it comes to music, and you really know your stuff. You know what's going on. You got a lot of connections with that's the good stuff. So we'll be there. Like I said, the plan is to be there in January. So for a lot of people who don't know about the homecoming, we call it here homecoming. I think you call it the same thing. There might be a different word for it also, but it's Black Americans going back to Africa to connect with their roots at the beginning of the new year. And that started, I think, a couple of years ago. A lot of celebrities started doing it. They started going over there, taking their trip to Africa, going to Ghana and going back home. So we're going to be doing the same thing with the concert. Say it again. You want to say that, bro?
Yeah, I think what our government did some years back is they came up with an initiative that was Year of Return. Was something great, and after the Year of Return, it was evolved to Beyond the Return, and that was when COVID hit. But while it's still ongoing, the brothers come back home just to experience Africa, and like I said, it is important for all of us to, particularly you guys out there, to be share owners of the continent before it is completely taken away from you again. And, which is something we need to really, look at very critical. And as part of this initiative or this project, we are working together. These are some of the conversation, aside of we using the music to communicate. These are some of the communication we need, to make sure the brothers out there get to hear and get to understand. They say, listen, the continent is not like it is not as it is or that has been projected to you. There's more into it than you think, or about. So you need to come home, come and feel it, come and see it, and see what you can do here, or you need to be shareholders of it. Whatever it is, being it Ghana, everywhere across Africa, we are all the same people.
Right.
Just make sure you are part of the continent. Just make sure you take your rightful place back home. So in case anything ever goes wrong, you know where your home is. We are all out here doing business and doing stuff like Chris said. We never met in person, but once that connection, it is. That is who we are as people. You don't need to sleep or stay in the house with me to know me. But once I get to talk to you, the same thing, okay, this is a brother. This is my family. So we need to do something together. What do? We put heads together and see our struggle. How do we make it better for ourselves and the next generation, to come after us? And this is the reason why we are sitting here today, having this conversation, to look into things and to use our music to restructure it. So we can present it better for the next generation to come after. Because that's us. That's who we are, and it's our own. We own it. Nobody owns it. It is us. And if you come to Africa and you happen, Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you said something a minute ago that struck something into me. It hit a nerve in my system. Where you said that we need to come back and get our share of the land. Something to that effect. And like, wow, you know, you're right. Other people are coming and taking over the land, trying to, and you know, we, you know, as Chris said earlier, we have a, you know, we have a DNA right to it, you know,
Yes.
and we're not capitalizing, and we're losing our land, and when we lose our land, we'll lose all of our culture. We'll lose all of our history, because then, you know, they will start to erase us from the history books, you know, of the land. And it is so important that we do go back there. I know when we go to Senegal next month, I got to brush up on my Wolof when I go to to Senegal. But I know when we go to Ghana, it's going to be really. I want to go. Like my sister Yana, she'll be going with us to Senegal and to Ghana. She has a lot of clients in Africa and Senegal and in Ghana, and she spent a lot of her years, in her younger years, in Ghana, training and going through rites of passage, and so she speaks fluent Twi. She speaks fluent Twi and stuff. So when she goes, I'll be sitting right next to her, letting her talk. So you know, but those things are so important for us to understand that our history is right there, and the history of the world is right there.
It's right there.
Of the world is there. So everything, inventions, you know, mathematics, science, everything came from that soil, from people who tendered and toiled that soil, and you know, and those are our ancestors, those are our family.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is the world actually begins here.
Yes,
human existence,
cradle civilization.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So every human existence begins here, and you know, it's like we are too much. I wouldn't say technology is us, but because we were deprived from it, and other people get to maybe advance with it in somehow. Now we are catching to it, and it's also taking us away from our original source. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the land knows you better than any other person. In as much as you find yourself there, you feel like, oh, maybe Africa, you know, don't know me, but the lands know you. I might not know you, but the lands know you. Once you step your foot on the ground will recognize you. You know, this is my descendant. This is my people, and we all need to, you know, to take part of this to make things happen. And just to continue from that angle, you know, one of the initiative we plan in working on together with you when you said the soul, one soul, you know, project that you are working on. We also have the initiative, we call it cultural oneness. You know, so the cultural oneness we intend looking at in a world festival. So we have a cultural oneness world festival, and maybe as part of, you know, the monthly conversation we'll be doing, so we can have the cultural oneness dialogue, you know, programs that is, you know, weekly, you know, conversation we'll be doing. So cultural oneness is to bring all of us together.
Yes.
And like you said, being it poet, music, technology, whatever it is, we are all one people. We're bringing all the culture together as one, so we can present ourselves as people of the continent or people of the earth, because we are the people of the earth. Then we can go out loud there, so to present ourselves and also to make sure we influence. The reason why most of the time when you do mention new artists, especially from the diaspora, we need the new artists back home in Africa. So it will also help influence their lyrics. They can get to understand the culture. They can get to know the people. And I don't know much about U.S. music and its development, but I know a bit about it when it's, you know, from the blues, the jazz, you know, R&B to wherever it is today. And because the world know how our energy is high, how vibrant we are, and it always influence anytime we try to send information, because our music, like I told you the last time, our music is basically about information. We were sending informations out. We were giving prophecies of what will happen tomorrow through the music. You know, we were kind of putting educational stuff. We were kind of inspiring ourselves. And if you come to Ghana and you happen to find yourself in the remote areas, the typical villages, and if they are going to farm, that is when you understand. That is where you understand when you watch a movie that when they are slaving our people, we used to sing. We go to farm with music. People play music for the farmers to farm. That is us as people. So you understand how our ancestors on that side, they were singing, plucking the cottons and all that. because that was who they are. That was their identity. That was the only thing that inspires them to keep them alive. It's our music. And that is who we are. So we need to make sure that culture is not corrupt with bad informations. Because anytime they decode that we are sending information through the music, they're corrupted. And they end up using the young guys vibrating negatively to us, so we are all in the hyper mood and we leave the informations behind. So when you get too hyper, by the time you realize you were overhyped, then you're out of, conversation. You're out of business. You're out of, identity.
Yeah, but it's funny you say that because music is a spiritual vibration. I've been singing and playing since I was a kid. And so music has been an integral part of my life since birth, damn near. Damn near every person in my family plays an instrument when I was coming up. But you're right that when the slaves here in America were singing while they were tending to the land, they were singing and giving messages to each other through the music. And and that's one of the reasons why, as you said, now when they co-opted our music and changed the vibration, and I'm not going to blame all of hip hop, but a lot of it that came, they used that platform because the R&B and everything else was too powerful. There was even messages. I mean, even when James Brown came out and said, "Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud." You know what I'm saying? Those were messages that he was sending to people. You know what I'm saying, through the music, and so they had to find a way to change those messages. So that we wouldn't get it. So then other music came about that was more degrading. And, they started using the N-word more and started using, terms and situations that were more degrading to our women. And, that's a whole other class, a whole other conversation. But the point is, as you said, the vibration of the music is spiritual. And how you vibrate that sound, whether it's an instrument or it's your voice, determines what your legacy is going to be at some point. Saying it determines what the people are going to stand out to be. And so we got a lot of stuff to talk about that we can't cover in this 1 hour of conversation, but we will be doing this monthly and let the artists have an opportunity to speak. We're going to probably also, we're going to be dealing with some really pivotal and cool sponsors who will be coming in sponsoring this with us.
Yes. And
a lot of them are coming on board because they see the need for what we're doing from the positive end. And and I'm going to pay tribute to once we have the final number and the actual names that we'll be doing, outside of Soul City and Ebony and the Taste of Africa, we'll be highlighting these companies too, because I think we need to highlight the companies that step forward and say, you know what, we need to make a change. We need to do this. We need to play our part in helping to vibrate this message properly so that all people profit from it. All people prosper from it. It's not just black people, but it's the world. Whatever we do is going to be great. And the world always benefits from what we do. You know what I'm saying? So, we need to just make sure that the world is vibrating on that same message. So we need to keep that going. Chris, back to you. Actually, before I go to you, Chris, let me go to Jasmine. Let Jasmine get a chance to speak. Because as a black female coming in and being a part of this, Jasmine, how do you feel about this new partnership and where we can take this from overall, but also from the feminine, the black female perspective? What do you feel?
I think it's a great opportunity, actually. I think as a lot of Black women have been confined into this space of not being able to handle business. So now we're in an era and a point where a lot of women of color are taking this step out. We're doing international business. We're running our own companies. We're building businesses. So I think at this point where we are, this partnership is strategic. What it does is create new opportunities for us as Black women to go to Africa and establish businesses and build new opportunities for other women here in America and women in Africa. That's also important. There are business women in Africa who run their own businesses and have corporations and who are doing their thing just as well as we're doing our thing around the world and in America. So for me, I see this as being an opportunity to bridge a gap, to create a stronger connection and bond amongst women of color across diaspora. And that's my thought on it.
Okay, cool. So Chris, let's come back to
Yeah.
you. And so you're here in the States, thank God, because you and I can talk on the water.
Yeah, we got about just an hour difference.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got to wait. Tango he'd be just through a group chat, man, at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's already had breakfast and everything. So, but on your end,
yeah,
your duties particularly, what are you going to be handling? What is your aspect of all the stuff that we're going to be doing?
Yeah, so outside of the initial the actual setup and the executive and the structuring aspect, my personal love, so to speak, is the economic empowerment aspect. In the aspect of what Tango was talking about, Africa is being divided, literally. But the reason, because all the resources are in Africa. So my thing is an educational and an economic empowerment component that can be added to us with this whole platform. And it's to show brothers on the African continent of ways that they can produce wealth right there. And to show us here in America, Black people in America who we've been indoctrinated and we've been, misinformed to look at Africa as it's a wasteland, or it was just a poverty-stricken place.
Right.
So that component, I'm going to make sure that that's in there, that we get the true reality. Look, Africa is wealthy. If it was not so, all the major powers of the world would not be there.
Right.
They've been there, and they have never left there. They're still there. Right. And so it's time for us to realize that we can work with our own people, and we can create companies like the Taste of Africa. We can create industries, and we can build wealth for ourselves. We got to get out of this mindset that where we are divided. That's on both sides, and that's all over the planet. We identify so much with where we're at, the countries that wherever we was thrown off of the boat, so to speak. Right, we start to identify so much with that, as opposed to the DNA and our connection to the root. So that's definitely my point of emphasis.
Yes, and that's cool. That's all of those things, and I'm loving everything that you guys did. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to get involved with you guys, because everything you guys talked about and you want to do is my vision. I've never been to Africa personally, and people know, and only because I don't like flying. And when I was young, I turned down so many gigs and music and to do things. I don't like flying, and so it took me until I got my 20s to actually get on the damn plane. And I'm used to it now. So now I'm like, all right, let's go. It's like I said, we'll be in Senegal and next month, and that's a 12-hour flight, I believe. That's gonna be hell for me, but
go to sleep. You'll be all right.
Yeah, man. I can't sleep on the plane, man. I just can't. Somebody has to drug me, knock me out. But I'm looking forward to it, because at Jasmine Stadium, there's so much wealth in Africa. Africa is the wealthiest land in the world. Every mineral in the world is there. But the people. There's a sister I just recently read about, and I'm going to make sure that I meet her when I get to Senegal. She used to, can't remember her name right now, but she was from Africa, from Senegal. She came to America, and she went to school here. She worked for a very ritzy hotel. I think it was a Ritz-Carlton hotel. And she was a housemaid there. So, she changed the rooms and cleaned the rooms and people came in. But she got to learn about luxury and how they were creating luxury in that hotel, which is why people went there. It was a luxurious hotel and it was expensive. So she took what she learned about that and went back to Senegal and opened up a hotel in Senegal. That's one of the most luxurious hotels in the world. and I can't remember the name of it, but I'm going to go meet this lady when I get to Senegal. They asked us, the Senegalese government, who's sponsoring our trip there, and Senegal Air, they asked us who do we want to meet, because we're meeting with the president of Senegal when we go, and some of the other dignitaries. They asked us anybody else that we wanted to meet when we go there. I'm like, this lady. I need to meet this lady. I want to meet her. I love seeing Black women doing positive things and really taking information and saying, I can spin this and do it my way and brought it back to Senegal. You know what I'm saying? She could have did it here in the States, you know what I'm saying? But she went back. I'm quite sure she will come back here to the States and open up a hotel here as well. But I was just so happy that she did this in Africa, and it's one of the most, the greatest hotels in the world. But things like that is what we need to expose to the world and show the world, let people know that, hey, there's people in Africa who are living lavish lives, who are leading, you know, not everybody's poor, what you see and you know, on TV. It's like, that's a larger, it's a small portion of the continent, but it is too large for it to even be that way on that continent.
I mean, they're still running that same commercial from like 1992 when I was a kid, talking about homeless and poverty-stricken children.
They don't do the same damn thing here. It's my home, but right next door to me right now, probably.
Exactly.
So, you know, we need to, you know, but again, you know, what's that old African fable that until the lion learns to speak, the tail of the hunt will always favor the hunter. You know, so you know, he who tells the story tells it his way. And skews it in his favor. So, you know, but you know, I think now through Taste of Africa and the Soul City Partnership and Ebony and others who will be joining with us, we'll be able to tell the story the right way and bring people the truth and have some fun doing it. Because everybody loves music. So we can start bringing these celebrities out and bringing these. And I'm always, you know, I love the celebrities, and I'm always happy that they're willing to work with us and do things. But they've made it. They crossed over to that next level. They've made it, and I'm always happy they're willing to reach back and help us find the new artists that can come up, that we can, you know, bring up to let the world, because there are millions of great artists in Africa, here in America, in Jamaica, in Europe, of, you know, African descent. And we just don't know them because they just have a chance. That's what Soul City is really about, to give everybody a chance to be seen. So when we go to Africa in March, we will be broadcasting live from Africa, a lot of the things we do. And, you know, hopefully permitting that we don't have any technical problems, you know, when we're there. I know electricity is a little different there than it is here. So, but we will be broadcasting from there, and then we come to Ghana. We're going to broadcast the event live, and, you know, to let the world see what's going on. This is what the real deal is. It's, you know, take a look around. So, you guys have any other words, any other thoughts you want to share before we end this conversation? Because we'll have more conversations like this, and we'll, you know, maybe outside of the monthly artist exchange, you know, maybe you and I, or four of us, can come together, and you know, every once in a while, and have more conversations like this, and maybe bring another guest on, somebody else who's, you know, in not the entertainment, but in the aspects of making everything that we do in life successful in Africa and here in America, and connecting those dots to us. You guys have anything you want to say now? Or?
All right. So just to continue where you left and touch based on what Martin said. So one of our greatest, you know, agendas, you know, is to have an official language for the continent, because that is the enemy of the continent, because it's been divided in pieces, in little economies, and that language is holding us hostage. So we have looked into it, seeing that our music is universal to us. Our music is communicates to us, whether we understand the vocal words or not. The music always connects us together. So one of our agendas is to use music as an official language for Africa, and also to make the continent visible to each other, because that is one of the issues. Someone is here in Ghana, he don't even know what happens in Senegal. You are speaking much about Senegal. Ghanaians don't even know what goes on in Senegal. They don't know the opportunities that are available there because Senegal is not visible to us as Ghanaian people, which is just our next door neighbor. That is the continent together. So one of our main aim or ideas is to use this project to bring the continent in the light of each other, so we can patronize each other, do business with each other, and also, like Chris said, to have one, economy, for the continent. And if we are able to achieve that, the continent will be greater, than ever. And that is what the world don't want to see, because every existence, every life, or everything, all the raw materials are here. And if we are together, we'll be exploiting that for our own benefit. And if we are exploiting it for our own benefit, then the rest of the world will die in hunger, because we own it, and we will go with our own terms. And that is why we've been divided the way we are today. And but we can use the music to make sure we bring that unity among ourselves. We connect ourselves. We get to communicate and understand ourselves through the music, because our tribal language has failed us, very, 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 very deep. And we can music.
Yeah, Tango, you said something that two things. One, African language. That's gonna be real hard because there's like 1,000 different languages in Africa. I'm trying to figure out how they want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
But the music is always connect with us.
There you go. So the music's gonna be the language. The music will be the language.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
Music is
then even deeper than that though, one African currency, would shake up the world. If there was one African currency.
We were supposed to have the ECOWAS currency somewhere 2020 when COVID hit. I know it's been pushed to they said 2030 or 2036 or what I don't know what are the reasons, but those are political conversations. So we won't touch too much on it. But I'm sure when the right time comes, definitely we'll go deep into those kind of conversations to find out what are the reasons, what is holding us. Because if I need to go to Togo, which is just more like a 1 hour 30-minute drive from Ghana, I need dollars to go there. And at the end of it all, we are making the dollar more popular, and we're making our currency less. And when the dollar is rising against our currency, we sit back and complain. But that is what is happening, because I cannot go to Togo with Ghanaian cedi. They won't accept it. The same thing too, they come to here with CFA or France, we will not accept it. So the only thing that can let us trade with each other is the dollar. And that has been the greatest challenge. One of our TV show, which we told you, which is the 54.5 TV show that we run in Kenya on Triple P TV, that runs every Saturday, playing music video across the continent. Those are one of the rules that we have on the show. If the music video contains dollars, we are not going to play it, because in Africa, dollar is not our currency. That is not our currency at all. Because if but because we look so much into America, everything Americans does, we pick that, and those are our brothers. But they have no choice. That is what they are with, or that is what they are open to. That is the only currency they have in the state, dollars. That is what they have. So if they are doing their music video and they show dollars, you don't have to show dollars in your music video while you're in Africa. That is not your currency. That is hypocrisy, and more like an insult to us and the continent in a whole. You are holding cedis in your pocket, yet your music video have fake dollars. So you become the marketer of the dollar. And the same people sit on TV or media and complain that why is the dollar rising against your currency? Who is marketing the dollar? It's you. So when you are marketing it for free, what do you want the dollar to do? People will go for it. People request more for it. And the more people are going for it, the more it rises up, because it is on demand. Wow. So this is some of the things that we want to do, and we want to see this happen. And this is a great connection. You heard when Martin spoke, and you will see the spirit. You will see the kind of energy that we have together. You see that we are in sync. And when you also spoke, you said it is something you also had in mind. So it is like the universe is connecting us together, the right people with the right mindset, to take this on, to make sure that legacy will live for the next generation to come after.
And that's key. Yeah, that's key, man. I'm glad you said that. Legacy we have to leave, which is why for me, I'm really I'm going to enjoy this partnership with you guys. but also I got to give thanks to Ebony for coming in, partnering with us, and being a part of this, because they were the legacy builders here in America for us when it came to media. You know, they were our media source. They were the information that we got every month. We knew Ebony was going to tell us what the story was, what was happening, you know, through their magazines. They're legendary. And now they're getting ready to go into a whole nother realm of everything. And matter of fact, when we finish this, as soon as we end, I have to send a copy of this conversation here to Ebony. It'll be on their website tomorrow. When they
Great.
So the world will see this.
So, great. I want Chris to take on one of our projects that we're doing, which is the One People Beyond Greatness album. Which we scheduled to be released this month. So Chris will touch base on that. Yeah, so we can call it a day while we prepare for our dinner, and you can also prepare for lunch.
Yeah. So one of the projects we're working on is One People Beyond Greatness. That's in Africa. You know, and the main thing what I love about this is we have all been victims of the media. We've all been programmed, you know, to look at Africa as if it's just a state.
Right.
Africa has over 50 countries. Was it 54? 54 countries.
Yes. They're still counting.
Yeah, so you know, people have to realize 54 countries. You can fit the United States inside Africa like almost 3 times. You know, so you know, you're looking at, you know, that right there, the scale of what we're dealing with of diversity. So the One People Beyond Greatness is about touching the various cultures that are in the continent of Africa through music. So we're gonna have, you know, various artists from all over, was the 4 zones on the continent, you know, submitting music, and then we're gonna basically have to listen to a lot of music, sift through, and get you know, the best quality music. And we're going to present it to the world. So we're going to use this platform to unite Africa, right? And then unite us all as people of African descent. So I'm very excited about that. And that's what we're doing through the Taste of Africa. You know, one of our main projects that we're working on right now.
I love that. You know, keep me in mind with that too. Want to help out with that as well. In any way, shape.
Idea. I guess I'll chat with you about it once we get over here. But you just gave me an idea, Chris.
Okay.
Some things that we're doing. So we'll reach back out this week.
Okay. So I mean, I guess with that said, I want to thank you guys for partnering with us, and you know, and trusting us to help you make this movement, because it benefits all of us. I'm excited. I know Jasmine's excited. I know our audience will be excited about it. I know Ebony will be excited about it. So, and sooner or later, within a very short time, the world will be excited about it. So, let's keep moving forward. We're going to continue to have dialogue and talk about what we're going to do, and you know, come up with some new things and new ways to make things happen. But, ladies and gentlemen, you have now witnessed and seen and heard firsthand the Soul City, the Taste of Africa, Ebony partnership, and what we will be doing. And I'm gonna try and get somebody on from Ebony with us the next time to talk about this whole thing. And I can't wait for them to pick it up and start to spread the word through their legendary platform. So all right, guys. So I'm gonna thank you guys for hanging out with us, and thank the audience for watching. And you know, please share this video. And like I said, it will be up on Ebony's new platform tomorrow. It's supposed to go up tomorrow. So let's keep our fingers crossed that they stay on time. But either way, it'll be up. Whenever they go up, it'll be up. So we'll be there.
Share it with us when it's up.
Oh, with our question. Yeah, with our question. And billions of people will see it. So you know, the world's gonna know what the Taste of Africa is doing. So which is a great thing. So thanks again, guys, for hanging out with us. And you know, we'll talk soon. I'm gonna go get something to eat, and you know, Tango, I guess you're gonna have his 3rd meal of the day. Dinner. He's all full already.
What's for dinner tonight, Tango?
Sorry?
What's for dinner tonight?
Maybe we have you know how to eat fufu.
Fufu.
Yeah, of course.
Fufu and light soup. Oh, great. So we have to start taking that maybe around 5, so it won't be too late. So 5, we can have some food. So definitely let's connect back. I don't know, maybe there's a way we can I can share the food with you via this platform. That would also be nice.
Sure, yeah, of course, yeah. We're gonna Jasmine's a chef. Jasmine's a chef, so she makes a lot of African dishes.
Okay.
And you know, like she makes some
okra soup. I have fun.
yeah.
Nice. You know how to do tozafi. You know how to make tozafi.
No, I haven't. You know, they use crayfish or crawfish, like shrimp. I'm allergic to shellfish.
Oh man, you missed
So some things, you know, I have to be very picky about where I eat.
But she made me some chicken yassa the other day that was slamming.
Yeah, chicken yassa. I decided to share it with everybody, you know. I usually don't share it when it tastes good, but yeah, I was nice to that.
Oh, but that's not fair. You need to share when it's good. You know,
That's
you
right.
don't
That's
share.
what I'm talking about.
Right.
I was
I'm
bragging
not
about
over
how
what she
good it
cooking.
was.
All right, guys, we're gonna disappear. Thank you guys again. Appreciate you guys.
All right, blessings.
And
Blessings.
we will be back soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care. We're out. Peace.
Blessings. Blessings. Yeah.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.